gotta keep it a buck with you. I asked Mecca for some cash in exchange for that bag, and I need him alive long enough so I could get that money. Once I get that money, you could do whatever the fuck you want to do in Mecca. And I'm gonna be out of this game completely.
So as we approach the end of the year, the question that many of us have is, when is Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3? And what is the timeline of the shows? Because Starz do have a hell of a lot of popular shows coming up on their schedule. So in this video, I'm going to run through the timeline, what 50 Cent leaving Starz means for the Power Universe and BMF, as well as running through a few storylines for Ghost Season 3. Now no doubt, regardless of whether you prefer Force, Raising Kanan or BMF, Power Book 2 Ghost does remain hugely popular, and I ran a poll around 4 months ago where I asked, which show is your favourite from the Power Universe? And the majority went with Power Book 2 Ghost. But bearing in mind, this is just a small figure compared to the actual audience, but no doubt, Tariq's journey as he tries to navigate his life through Stansfield, looking after Yaz, the court case, his relationship with Effie, Braden, and the Tejadas, all while Ghost still has some sort of control, because he is making moves from beyond his grave. So everybody wants to know what happens next with Tariq St. Patrick. Will Tariq find out the truth behind Effie taking out Lauren? How does he navigate his life now that Effie will be a lot closer? There of course is a threat of Blanca Rodriguez. There's the rivalry with Kane, and will he start to learn more about his father Ghost and make it out of the game? There are so many questions when it comes to Tariq and everybody else's storylines in the world of Ghost, which I will come to later on in this video. But before we get into the timeline, we do need to mention, there is definitely a lot that's been said now that 50 Cent hasn't renewed his deal with Starz, which now means he's free to take his future projects to another network, which means he probably won't create any future shows at Starz. But no doubt, he will still have some sort of involvement in the Power Universe, because after all, he is still an executive producer, as is Courtney Kemp. But for the foreseeable, I don't think the Power Universe is going anywhere. So let's get into this potential timeline. Now, we know Raising Kanan will finish on Sunday, the 23rd of October, and starting straight away will be the 8-part limited docuseries for BMF, which I believe are 30-minute episodes, and that's a series about the Black Mafia family told by former members, insiders, associates, and celebrity figures who are close to the family. Now, we also know BMF is returning in January for Season 2, although we haven't been given an exact date. All we know is it is definitely returning in January 2023, which I will be covering just like I did with Season 1. But what does that mean for the rest of the Power Universe? Because last year we had the running order of Raising Kanan, BMF, Ghost Season 2, and then Force in the new year. So one can only imagine if they went with the same running order they did as last year, we may not see Ghost until March, followed by Force in summer. But is there a case where Ghost could actually return in November? I really do hope so, but considering we've had no news or a teaser, at least teasing the release date, I'm more leaning towards Ghost actually returning in March after BMF. But again, I really do hope I'm wrong, because I would love for Ghost to come back in November, because there would be a gap from November to January where Ghost could potentially air. Now just to add, I don't think the cast know when the shows are coming back either, but Joseph Sikora did tease Power Book 4 Force could be coming in March. They were also filming around episode 8 and 9 by the time this video comes out, but there really is no rush to give us news on Force, because we already know this will come either after Ghost or BMF. But let's hope we do get some news on the release date soon, because if they've given us the news that BMF is back in January, the news for Ghost Season 3 really should be around the corner.
Tariq St. Patrick. We'll meet again.
Now, trouble is something that will always find Tariq St. Patrick, whether it be with Simon Stern in business, working with the Tejadas, law enforcement, or Ghost bringing up more surprises. But one person who's not exactly the most popular amongst Power fans is Blanca Rodriguez. Mecca was Blanca Rodriguez's CI, and she's someone who was on a mission in Power to catch James St. Patrick, and now it seems like she's going to be on a mission to catch Tariq, or at least try and get to the bottom of the death of her CI. And something that won't help Tariq's cause is Cooper Saxe, who was always working for the wrong side of the law in Season 2. But law enforcement is only one of many problems for Tariq. The fallout from Mecca's death also means that Tariq is well and truly in the game and with the Tejadas, but we do need to say, Monet did give him a chance to leave, but also did scupper his exit plan by killing Mecca just before Tariq could get his hands on the 2 million, although I don't think Mecca would have let him leave alive anyway. So I think Monet knew exactly what she was doing, and how I recently mentioned Tariq was the son that Kane and all his wanted. The same could be said about Monet.
So you really think you could do this shit without me? Half of this shit going on under your nose, you don't even see it. You need me, and I need my sister, so what are we doing?
And Tariq was right. He was the only kid Monet could trust, because Kane, Drew, Diana, and even Lorenzo went behind her back in some shape or form. Now let's not also forget, Tariq is all the Tejadas have. Without Tariq, their business is dead. But having said that, let's not underestimate Kane. Kane spent majority of season 2 under the wing and guidance on Mecca, and so his and Tariq's rivalry will definitely be more tactical and strategic.
Now's not the time to act like you know what the fuck you're doing, alright? Because I know you don't. Listen up. I killed my dad to save my family.
So in this game, nobody can be trusted because there are no friends in the streets, just as we've seen through many betrayals. So where we talk about the Tejadas doing what was best for themselves in season 2, Effie went behind Tariq's back when she got rid of Lauren, and Brayden also knows this secret. So the dynamics between Tariq, Effie, and Brayden will be one to watch. Effie is also a character which season 3 will explore more of. She's someone who still has a very mysterious background, and with them connecting the dots to a plot hole with Mecca and Felipe Lobos from Power, they can also do something very similar with Effie. She texts a mysterious person that the competition was our product, and to this day, we still don't know who she texted, as well as who her connect was. But one thing that Tariq is probably glad for, he got rid of one of his biggest weaknesses in Yasmin. He had the heavy burden of looking after Yaz in season 2 after he sent Tasha into ITSEC. So we can actually argue most of the shit that is happening to Tariq is pretty self-inflicted. Ghost warned him time and time again, the drug game will only make him live a life of misery, and so far, Ghost has only been proved nothing but right. But nevertheless, Yaz has gone to live with Tasha, and now we see Tariq trying to find a way out of the game, but will he succeed? Now there does seem to be a sense of a different direction for season 3 onwards, and a shift to the boardroom, at least with Brayden working at his dad's hedge fund, and so we're going to be introduced to a series of new players that may cross Tariq's path. There's RSJ, Obi, and Norma. And as we've already seen in Raising Kanan season 2, the introduction of new players such as Cartier and Palomar does cause some problems, and maybe Obi is someone who's a rival of Tariq. But elsewhere there's also the fallout from Lorenzo killing Zeke, learning more about the history behind Davis McLean and his brother Theo. Ev is still alive, who knows way too much, and Rashad Tate is someone who may feature a bit more, considering Influence is no longer in the works. We may also see some more returning characters, because if you ain't dead, then there's always a chance you could come back. Now this crossover is something we definitely can't forget. How do they integrate the story into New York with Blanca Rodriguez wanting to investigate the mess in Chicago? Now from a timeline perspective, this was after Tariq won his court case, so I wonder how they start to integrate both stories together, and whether Tariq could make a phone call to Uncle Tommy to warn him his ghostlight status is no more. And I wouldn't be surprised to see his pictures drop onto either Cooper Sacks or Blanca Rodriguez's desk. But that's a breakdown of where we are with the timeline, and also a rundown of the storylines we should expect as we pick up with season 3. And hopefully we do get some news of Ghost season 3 fairly soon. But drop all your thoughts down below on all things Power Book 2 Ghost, and of course if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.